Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to another video. In my last video, which was a Amazon favorites, I talked about my 5-in-1 reflector, and I actually ended up getting a lot of questions about the 5-in-1 reflector. And I know there's tons of videos all over YouTube about how to use a 5-in-1 reflector, but I thought I would cover sort of the basics today. Okay, this is the one that I talked about in my video. It's a 24-inch one, and there are 5 sides to this, 5 parts of this. There's a gold side, a black side, a white side, a silver side, and a diffuser on the inside that's kind of what's holding it all together. Now, I don't use all of these. I was actually having a little bit of a hard time trying to figure out how to use some of these because I don't really know in what situation you would use some of these, but I will talk about all of them, and then I will talk about the ones that I use the most. Okay, so the part of it that I use the most is the diffuser part, and it's sheer, you can see through it. It just kind of acts like a softbox effect. So like what I did in the video, I have my ring light right here, and I can show you kind of what it does. All it does is diffuse the light, so it doesn't like rip light away completely. It just makes light a lot less harsh. So if I put this over the soft light, you can see I'm still nicely lit. It's just not as harsh in my face. See? So it just kind of softens it. So what I use this for is if I'm outside taking photos of somebody and they're maybe standing by some trees and they're getting like spotty light on their face, this is what I use it for. So it doesn't kill the light totally, but it gets rid of like that spotty light that really will ruin a photo. So I did take my daughter outside to kind of show you what it does. And you can see that it's, you know, I put her in some light. She hated it, but I put her in some light that was kind of spotty through a tree, and I used this, and it definitely helped. So to me, a time where it's not necessarily ideal to take pictures, but you need to take some really quick for whatever reason, that would be what you would use this for, would be to help you out. And so like I said, this one is small. You can buy giant ones. You can buy them with stands to hold them. A lot of like big sets and big like even movie productions, you'll see these. I think they call them like skims, but you'll see these and they'll put them up above the people who are talking so that it kind of helps you be able to film any time of day without worrying about like super harsh shadows or weird light. So yeah, this is my favorite part of this reflector. The other part that you can use that's helpful for blocking light, but it's a little more harsh and it's actually removing the light, is the black side. For this side of the reflector, it would actually just straight up block the light. So I don't know in what instance you would need to completely block light, but it works the same. So it kills the light completely. Like if you just need to block the sun out of somebody's eyes, or maybe there's a weird reflection beaming off of something, like this would work for that. But again, with my light here, see, it completely, like there is zero light shining on my face from my light, as you can see. And then again, I did it with my daughter outside. I still had her in that kind of patchy light, and then I covered her completely. So we were outside, so it didn't kill all the light, but it did shade her face in a different way than like that diffuser would. Okay, so the next side that I want to talk about is the silver side of the reflector. You can already see how this is going to go. And so this is used to bounce light, and it can be very, very harsh. Just while I was outside trying to get some video of my daughter and using this to maybe bounce light, like it was really harsh and she couldn't even really look at it. Like it does get very harsh, so bouncing the sun off of this onto her face, it was very bright. I was trying to, you know, show it as an example that you do have to be careful with it, but you can use it to like gently flash light on people also, or let's say for example you're shooting somewhere, you can like indoors. I have found more use for this. So this specifically, so right here I'm sitting here, my light's coming from the right side of me, and there's nothing on my desk. But if I put this reflector kind of underneath my chin, it's going to bounce a little bit more light onto me, kind of like fill in some areas that were more shadowed before. I'm trying to make sure that you can see what's happening. See, so it just kind of, just depending on how you move it. But yeah, I've definitely found more use for this inside than outside. The next one that I never use, never have I ever used, is the gold side. And I'll show you why. It's really not a good look. While we were playing with it outside, I did put my daughter in like some cooler shade. So the color of her house is like a gray behind it, and she's in like complete shade. So what it did was it did add a little bit of warmth to her, but it's just kind of harsh. Like it doesn't add, I've never thought, let me go get my gold reflector to add warmth to this photo. Maybe some people out there use it. I do not, but let me see if I can show you an indoor example right here too. So I have the gold side facing up. So this is nothing. And then this is, oh yeah, you can see it there. This is the gold reflecting on my face. Like I'm super orange. So there's back to normal. So super orange. It's very orange. So I don't know. Maybe I'll play with it. Maybe I'll make it a task to play with it, but I've never thought to use that. But yeah, that's what it does. It's supposed to add warmth. It still like beams light at you and will help with your lighting like the silver side, except it gives out that really warm kind of orangey tone, which you kind of just have to play with it. So okay, the last side that I want to talk about is the white side. It's not really reflective, it's just white. To me, you can use this the same way as the silver side, it's just a little less harsh. So when we were using it outside, you can see a very subtle difference. It definitely helped using it, I don't know, my husband was a couple feet away kind of shining it on our daughter's face, but it just is very subtle. It would give just that like little bit of boost. I do think, again, like the silver side, this is better used indoors, especially if you have like overhead lights, to kind of just like softly bounce light back at you. It is just kind of very subtle. Like, again, it would be something if you have overhead lights. You can use it outside. Like I said, we were using it outside, but yeah, it's just very subtle. Anyways, okay, so those are the 5 parts of the reflector. Again, like I said, I use probably the diffuser part the most. Like this whole thing is worth purchasing just for that, for those shadows on the faces. But yeah, it's kind of a 1, 2, 3. If you didn't think you needed one, maybe I talked about something that you could use it for. I do keep it in my car at all times. I take it to my shoots. There has been moments, like I said, mostly blocking sun out of people's eyes, that I've used it, or if you're in like a darker area and you want to bounce some light, it works for that. I say, especially the silver side and the gold side, I would definitely keep those out of direct sunlight. You will blind people. I think that it is something that everybody should have, and maybe you'll use it more than you think you will. All right, that's all I have. I wanted this was going to be a 2-Minute Tuesday video, but I'm not going to call it that because I think it is definitely going to be longer than, I think those videos are around 4 or 5 minutes total. So yeah, probably not a 2-Minute Tuesday video, but a Tuesday video. If you have any other questions about reflectors, I can try and answer them. But again, there's so many good videos on YouTube already to like really break it down. If you want to watch a 30-minute video on reflectors, you can find those. I did not want this video to be like that. I want it to be a quick once over. But yeah, that is all I have for today. Please subscribe and don't forget to like this video. I will see you next time. Bye.